Hello, my name is Skylar Rodriguez. It is January 26, 2018, and I will be doing the week 3 lab video. So I have all my supplies here. I'm going to have to switch the camera over to show you, and then I will go from there. Okay, so I have all my supplies. I have the stains, the blank slides with the first direct mouth slide, the second negative mouth slide. So first I will be taking the first slide, which is 1 direct M, and I'll be setting it right there. I'm going to take my cotton swabs and vigorously go inside my mouth. So okay, and I'll be taking that and smearing it onto the surface. So just putting it right in the center, just like that. And I'll just throw that away. Okay, so then after I smear it, it says to allow the that sample to air dry for 10 minutes. So while I do that, I'll be right back. Okay, so I let the slide air dry for 10 minutes, and now what I'm going to do is hold it over the flame 5 times for about a second each time, and then I will allow that to cool for 10 minutes. So I'm just going to take these little clamps. I'm going to go to the end. See if I can face this downward. Okay, and then I'm just going to go over it about 5 times. And let me just set that down. Okay, so the reason that we do heat fix is so that the sample that we just took doesn't, it won't allow any movement, pretty much just heats it up, but then we have to let it cool for 10 minutes, so I'll be right back again. Okay, so the slide cooled for about 10 minutes, so now I'm going to take the Crystal Violet Gram Stain and I'm going to apply 1 to 2 drops to the stain directly, and I did put it in this holder so that it doesn't get anywhere. And there's 2 drops right there, and then what I'm going to do is let that sit for about a minute and then rinse it off, blot it with a paper towel, and then I will show you the staining afterwards. Okay, so I rinsed the slide off and I blotted it with a paper towel. I can see it here, but I don't think the lighting shows too much. I can see that there is a little bit of that stain right here. I don't know if this lighting will show, but I'm going to put it up to the microscope for the low, medium, and high magnification, and then I'll observe that, take pictures, and yeah. So I'll be moving on to the second slide. So let me just get that stuff ready and we'll be good to go. Okay, so the next one that I will be doing is the negative stain. Let me just get this. Okay, so I opened the pipette, the Congo red pipette. I did do it over the trash can, and I'm kind of weary about this because it's saying it's pretty harmful. You don't want it to even get on your skin. So I'm going to be really careful with this. So I labeled, let me get it. The second one is labeled 2 negative M for mouth. 2 represents the slide, negative is the negative staining, and M represents the mouth. So what I'm going to do is pour, let's see, we're going to do 1 single drop on the slide. So I'm going to put that in the slide right in here. I'm going to put 1 drop of the Congo red. Okay. Inside of the labeled edge. Okay, so let me set this aside. Okay. And then after we do the Congo red, I'm going to get the second sterilized swab and vigorously scrape the inside of my teeth and mouth, just like the last one. Okay. And don't worry, I'm not getting my gloves next to my mouth. I'm far away. I'm a dental assistant, so I know what's gross and what to do. Okay, so there's my sample, and it says to transfer it from the swab straight to the drop. So, and I believe I agitated on there. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna kind of scribble it on there. So here's the red one, if you can see it. I'm just gonna kind of get it all on there, like that. And I'm gonna place this over here. And then I'm gonna take another blank slide, and this is gonna kind of get everything everywhere. So I'm just gonna not really scrape it, but kind of like just thin it out on the slide like that. You can see, you can't really see the slide, but just like that. Okay. And then it looks like there's a lot more on here, but I'm gonna let this completely air dry. Okay, so it says the liquid should not be visible on the slide. Good. Okay. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this one, and then I'm going to magnify it at low, medium, and high, get some pictures. That should be it. Thank you. Okay, so I had finished the staining, so I'm going to move on to the E. coli and, the broth sample slides with the inoculation tube. So I have sterilized the end of this tube. I dipped it in some alcohol for about 30 seconds. So now what I'm going to do is take my slides, set them up right there. So I will show you the first one. I have my E. coli, the active E. coli culture in here. So I'm going to take the lid off. Let me set this down so it doesn't get dirty. And I'm going to take the lip and just pass it over the flames to sterilize it. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is, let me just double check that I did that. Okay, so let me just place it in the alcohol for 30 seconds. Almost done. Okay, that should be good. And then I'm just going to shake it off. And what I'm going to do is carefully insert it into the E. coli culture. Gently take it out and transfer it to this empty slide like that. Just want to double check that I don't have to. Okay. Alright, and then I'm going to place that so that it doesn't transfer any bacteria. And then I will place the slide under the microscope and get some pictures of that as well. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, let me just double check. Okay, and then I'm going to heat fix that slide. Let me close this up so it doesn't get anywhere. Okay. I'm going to take the E. coli slide and I'm going to heat fix it by holding it over about 5 seconds. Okay. And set that to the side. Right, and then what we're going to do is move on to the next one. While the E. coli dries. So I'm going to get a new inoculation loop. Take the slide for the S. epidermis gram, and then I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to allow it to sit in the alcohol for about 30 seconds. I'm going to let that sit in there. Okay. Okay. Same thing for same thing for S. epidermis. Take this one and place it over so that it sterilizes. Oh, that went off. Let me get it more. I'll heat some more in just a minute. Place this on this slide. I don't know if it went. No, it didn't get on there. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to heat fix that one. Set that one aside. Make it a different match. Let me heat fix that. Okay. Same thing as the E. coli. Pass it over the flame about 5 seconds. Sorry, 5 times, about a second each. Or no more than 1 second. Okay, and then you're going to allow that to completely dry. And I'm going to do the same for that last one. Okay, and then after I'll come back and we'll do the staining. Okay, so the next part for this is a little bit more complicated, a little bit more work. So let me just explain what I'm going to do and then I'll show you the end result. So I have my sample right in the center of that circle. What I'm going to do is take the crystal violet gram stain 1, add about 1 to 2 drops, let it sit for 60 seconds, then rinse it off. I'm going to move on to the PVP iodine gram stain 2, 2 to 3 drops, let it sit for about 60 seconds, rinse that one off as well. Then I'm going to move on to the gram stain 3, which is decolorization, 2 to 3 drops, and then I only let that sit for 30 seconds. Same thing, rinse it off. And then lastly, it'll be gram stain 4, saffronin, and that'll be the same thing as number 3, 2 to 3 drops, 30 seconds, rinse it off, and then I'll be doing that for the other sides as well.